Happy homebrewer weekend. Friday, the 6th of December, 11:08 a.m. The garage is still a mess. I don't know if you can hear that. It's tools on the ground. No new beer. I've got a couple of little projects that I will be doing. I've got a kit beer somewhere. Pikachu. And I've got another fresh work kit I'm going to quickly get on because I'm having heaps of trouble finding time to do my all grain American wheat. Because it's like 4 hours that I need, and I don't have that to myself at the moment. So what I do need to do today is bottle my Dunkelweiss. So these have been cold crashing for about 3 days, maybe more. But I'm very, very excited. This smells amazing, and I'm just getting ready to... Where is my... There it is. I'm going to go get my Star Sand. Hang on. I'll keep talking to you. Ow, ow, ow. I should really be wearing shoes in here. I'm talking a fraction softer than normal. I've been sick. This is going on day 5. Which, look, I'll be the first to admit I'm not the best sick person. I get a little cold or a flu and I am pretty sulky. But, yeah, this has been a little while. Oh, it feels like a little while, even though it hasn't been, but you know. Anyway, these bottles are all brand new and have been sanitized because I'm like that. I'm a bit paranoid. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to sanitize new bottles anyway. A brewer we know. The brewer of Snapper Point reckons that he doesn't sanitize any of his cans before he fills them, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I know they're brand new, but that's still... I don't like that. Yes, let's have a chat while I fill up some bottles. I don't know if you can see that. My auto siphon does not fit. I don't think I have another auto siphon. I did used to have a small one, a thin one. Which leads me to my next point. The constant issues with home brewing. So, since I've rebuilt this, look at that, it's popping out a little bit. I've lost an entire entire thing of CO2. Which is what it is, it's fine, that's not a problem. But it's annoying because I remember saying once on one of these that if the leak was big enough, it's easier to fix because you can kind of hear it and see it. And now I've got to go through and fault find this whole thing. And I've got a new CO2 canister in the car, which I'm going to hook up. But I'm scared of hooking it up because I don't want to lose another gas tank. The other problem I'm having, which I didn't think would be a problem, is because I'm bottling so many of my beers. I always thought if I put the fresh work kit up here and then I put the ESB here and then I put the kits a bit, I'll remember where they are, and then you kind of shuffle everything around once, and now I'm kind of having to put a bottle in the fridge and taste it and go, okay, that's the kits and bits pile, I got to put it there. That's the ESB pile, I got to put it there. That's, and go from there. So I was actually bringing in I'm going to bring a label maker. I'm just going to put a little label maker label on the bottle because it's a great way to label the bottles. because it's not texture and I don't have, there's nothing going to rub off. And they also peel off nice and easy when you want them to, right? So I found they're really good and sticky when they're on. When you peel them off, there's no residue, it's just there. So I'd love to know how you label your bottles, if you do. Again, I don't really want to do texture on the lids and stuff like that, and I've tried paint markers, but they rub off and then you lose them anyway. And we've tried writing on the lids, especially like when you bottle, I guess, glass. It's not big of a deal because you break the bottle cap or the crown seal off, and you're fine, right? Because it's done. It's a one-use item, but you can continually use the other bottle cap, so you don't want texture and scrub all the time. So yeah, I'm starting to use a label maker, which works well for me. But what would work well for you? What do you do? I'm going to put this back in the fridge because I'm going to have to figure something else out. I'm obviously going to need to get another auto siphon. I'm going to have to make a quick dash to one of the brewing supply shops and see if they've got a small one, because that's really irritating. I found an old hard drive the other day too, and one cool thing, it was April 2022. We recorded a podcast called the Book of Ale. It was basically like our attempt at being somewhat educational. Like let's actually put something out there that people can listen to and learn from. It's about 2 hours long after the edits. 5 segments, or chapters as we call them. And look, chapter 1 through 3, actually not so bad. But chapter 4 and 5 were a mess. I don't know how to fix that either, because we do drink as we do the podcast, and we just get too far gone by. And I'm finishing editing it now. I will release it. We're looking at doing the Book of Lagers next. We're looking at releasing 8 books in a series. We've got the Book of Ale, Book of Lager, Book of Sours, and then Book of Stouts and Porters, so like beer styles. And then we're going to do the books of malt, hops, water, yeast, right? In the back end of that 2022 year. We never did it. It was just one of those things we just stopped catching up for a little while, which, it is what it is, and it does happen. This has thrown me a bit because I was ready to do a little bit of a homebrew weekend and do some bottling, and now we don't. I don't even have a beer to, How about the projects we got going on? So I want to tidy up this garage. I've got lots to actually talk about. I've got like a little list. It's like the Master Homebrewers program, which I'll make a completely separate one. Cicerone, Wesset in beer, the IBD. I was going to talk about all of those little things. We've got this series called the Homebrew Challenge, which we thought was super original, and we totally ripped off of someone else. And we knew we were kind of stealing it, but we thought we were stealing it from other. We listened to this podcast, or I do, called the Brewing Network, The Session. And 2 of their presenters did a thing where they did a podcast on every single style of beer. So it's just one of those things. We drink and listen to podcasts and do things. And so we were like, we'll do the Homebrew Challenge. We'll do one of every beer style. And then there was literally a YouTube channel called the Homebrew Challenge. So we were definitely either talking about that or doing something like that, and ripped off the idea and never finished it. But we just got tons of that stuff. But look, there's always a problem. I got kegs everywhere. I got old manifold gauges. I've got an old manifold. I've got just aging equipment that isn't holding up so well. But we will persevere and we will make it happen. So I need to go, because I need to go and get a smaller auto siphon, so I can transfer this beer to bottle, so we can taste it, and I can release. I've done another video on that too, how to brew a Dunkelweiss beer or whatever, and it's just waiting on the tasting component, which is that's what I was saying originally. I was going to do half of this into keg and half of this into bottles. but I just have to put it all into bottles because my kegs, I haven't fully sorted that issue out yet. We've still got problems with the kegs leaking and CO2 and yeah, so it's a bit of a bust. Anyway, the continual problems with being a home brewer. I'm back. I couldn't let it go. I was gonna end it as like a nothing homebrew weekend, but I thought no. It's for Friday. I'm off sick. I'm gonna get it done. So I drove to the brew shop, and apparently this is like a brand new issue. Like these demijohns, this new set of demijohns, they don't fit all of the auto siphons like they used to. So this one has been made to ensure we can get into the demijohns. So sediment cap, clip on. Where do you clip that on? I'm sure it lines up somewhere. See, sediment cap. Oh, that is tight. Now I've got to make this fit somehow. Would you look at that? Don't drop it and break it on the first go. So here's what we're going to do. Look at this. And then what that means is my fermentation fridge is empty and ready for a fresh work kit. Okay. See, it's not so bad. I know I'm sounding sick because I am sick and I can't help it. But that's what we do as homebrewers. We push through and persevere. Okay. The moment of truth. Oh, thought I was fucked. Okay. I think I'm not going to need... I had a case here. I'll probably put that on the ground. Can't I? And this is why that sediment cap's important, because that's hitting basically the bottom. Ah! I'm going to have to do this down here. Oh, that really smells nice. What I'm going to do? I'm going to check the FG while I'm here. There's beer everywhere. Okay. One demijohn down. So what did we get to? It's still a fairly sugary. That can't be right. Does it taste like beer? Tastes like a delicious Dunkelweiss. It's not a very alcoholic one. We've still got like 1020. 1020. I'll have to do the calculations on that and see what actual percentage we got, but that's much higher than I expected. Maybe, you know, I know it fermented out pretty quickly and it was pretty warm, but 1020 seems really high. So what I have to do now is sugar. I've got 2 carb drops per bottle. There we go. Now I've got some cleaned and sanitized lids. It's just a matter of... Sorry, I know I'm talking to you with my back to you, which is really rude, but I don't know why I said but. I just shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to clean these before I put them to the side to harden. That tastes really nice. It's got so even though I let it go warm, it's banana-y. Oh, that is right. So it should be banana-y if it was fermented warm. So it's fermented warm, which means we're getting banana instead of clove, right? Let's see if I can take another snipe. That's 10-20-ish. Beer, so let's have a look at that colour. Fantastic. I love beers that are this colour. For the first part of like half of my brewing career, I guess, because of the beers I was making, I didn't even really think about it. All of the beers were turning out this colour, and I was like, is this something I'm doing? And it was, yes, you're using grain bills that are, conducive to this colour. That's going to be so good carbonated. So yeah, we've got banana. It's really residually sweet. I'm guessing that's because it's not attenuated very high. It tastes like a wheat beer. I know there's a lot of wheat in there, but it tastes like... It's got that real orange wheat characteristic. Again, we're going to go 2 weeks from today. So it'll be the 20th of December-ish. We'll do a proper tasting. I'll sit down, crack a bottle, and we'll see how it goes. But this is... I think that's going to be good. I'm pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly, not that I'm surprised, but like that's I'm not a big wheat beer guy, and that's really good. Oh, I'm gonna just rinse the bottles off that are done and sit them on the towel. I don't want wort everywhere. Some of them are overfilled, yes. But that's okay. I've also got a towel on the ground just soaking up the wort down there. This is beer now, I guess. It's been fermented. Okay. This is the other. That went really well. Considering I've got some cleaning to do, obviously, but we've always got cleaning to do as home brewers, don't we? And the first bottle's going to have some sediment, but the way I'm going to pour these, that won't matter, because I'm going to chill them and pour them nice and gently. I'm going to get all the bottles down here, just in case. And then after I do this, I'm going to spend some time cleaning. So bottle number 1. I do like how quickly these fill. That is makes me very happy. Is that another empty one? I'll show you how that works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 sugar drop in there and bottle it anyway and see what happens. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to sugar drop everything. Yeah, sugar everywhere. Now, what happens? keep this clean. So, that's weird. So after 10 litres in the FE, we've spilled some, spilled a lot, did a couple of, reading and lost some. We've got 7.5 litres. We've got 10 750ml PETs. Nothing to sneeze at. Which we'll let sit for 2 weeks and then we'll taste. Alright, I'm feeling much better now that that's done. Empty FE. I've got lots and lots of cleaning to do, but that's okay because we're good at that. Yeah. Much better. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to tip that probably. I don't know. We're all about experimentation. Let's just see what happens. We might get a cheeky good beer out of that, who knows? Thank you for hanging with me. I'm going to see you on the next one. Hopefully I'm not sick by then.